Hello, and welcome to the cottages.
We have a chimney in serious need of repair. We're going to take the unusual step of building a wooden scaffold up the gable end. We'll do this rather than a normal metal scaffold, so we can reuse the wood in a future project and save some money.
The wall needs repointing, and we need to work on the chimney 6 metres up in the air. The land next to the cottage is steeply terraced, making access difficult. We start by building a basic platform structure on the right-hand half of the wall. For the moment, it's very wobbly, but our design calls for a good number of bracing timbers. How many braces you put in is always a matter for debate. You can easily double the cost of your structure by adding additional stiffness. For my own part, I would always recommend adding strength and reducing movement in the structure. It simply makes working at height more reassuring. We're using 75 by 225mm treated timbers as 6 metre long uprights by the cottage wall. These are the thinnest available locally at this length, and they're extremely heavy. Manoeuvring them is challenging, especially while avoiding the main power cable during installation. Using some maths, the power of physics, and some very ancient technology, we solved the problem like they would have done in ancient Egypt. With a quick assist from our kind neighbour, we managed to fix the timber in place. We construct some basic railings to make us feel more comfortable on the lower platform, and then we install a 4.8 metre timber upright on the raised terrace. This should be roughly the same height as the wall uprights. Lydia uses a handsaw to cut to size more of the scaffold floorboards, while I work on adding a buttress to ensure that the entire structure cannot lean away from the cottage. We then work on extending the lower platform using some lengths of wood we prepared earlier. Oops, trim that grass. Does this fit here? No, other way round. It's a bit like assembling IKEA furniture. If you struggled with the first heavy 6 metre timber, it's best to wait until your dad, very fit into his 70s now, comes to visit, before installing a second 6 metre heavy timber. Then we screw down the remaining floorboards, which adds yet more stiffness to the whole structure. I like railings. They make me feel better about my impending fall. Now we raise some 2x4s to begin work on the second level platform. We start to feel like pioneers, climbing higher and higher. We're adding in some solid floor joists, and the ground really starts to look like it's getting further away. Remember the wobbliness in the early stages of the first platform? Well, it's even more disconcerting up here. Time to start bracing things. We don't always initially agree on how much bracing is necessary, but caution wins out. Better safe than sorry. Lydia is amazing with heights, and there are even times when I climb the ladder too. Our good friend Tom visited, and between visits to Welsh castles, he kindly helped us to lift the scaffold boards onto the second level. Climbing ever higher, Lydia adds more railings and starts to explore the condition of the chimney. We'll take a closer look at the chimney project in another video. It's taken us nearly 2 weeks and just over £1,000, but we've reached the top, and the scaffold is now probably more robust than the cottage itself.
I'm here at the top of our scaffold. Probably from this angle it looks quite low down because we're next to such a steep bank, but really I'm almost 5 metres above the ground here, and it feels really stable. We've put in a lot of railings to help not only make it safer for me being able to stand here near the edge, but also because it stiffens the whole structure. And now, as hard as I try, I'm going to struggle to get this thing to wobble very much. We've put some small platforms that come out over the roof, and these are being held up just by the horizontals, which are firmly secured over at that end, to make sure that I can't lever the whole structure and end up falling down here. And again, this feels very solid. There's some other railings here which are not as strong because there's no upright here, but it's good enough to make sure that I'm not going to just lose my balance a little bit and end up having an accident. Joe has also installed here a pole which the rope loops around so that we can get our mortar up and down from the bottom of the platform where Joe might be mixing it, let's say, to the top of the platform where I can use it. So the scaffold is complete. We're ready to start using it to tackle the wall and the chimney, and we're really happy with how it's turned out. It's very solid, it's so strong. We're really confident being up here, much more so than we feel than a standard scaffold. But I don't have much experience, so who can say? Thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll be back soon with the next video.
Please remember to like and subscribe for updates for future videos.